Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Weekend Preview. My name is Logan, and today we are going to take a look at the upcoming weekend at the box office. So, there are only two movies hitting wide release this weekend. It's a pretty quiet weekend at the theaters, and the next couple weeks are going to be leading up to March, where things start to ramp up with Mickey 17 at the beginning of March, Snow White in the middle, and then from there, it's just a short distance to the summer box office, which I'm hoping is a very big one. Movie theaters need it. Things are already looking up now that we are several years post-COVID. Things are continuously improving for theaters, except for the etiquette. But other than that, things are looking good. So I'm hoping with that momentum from the past two summers can carry over into this summer. But we're not here to talk about that yet. Maybe in a couple months we will. But today, let's just talk about the two films hitting wide release this weekend. And first up is Neon's next film with director Osgood Perkins, The Monkey. Now, I got to see this film about a week ago, a little over a week ago, with an audience. I actually have a review for it. I will link it in the description. Go watch it, and go watch the movie. The movie is great, played well with an audience. I enjoyed the heck out of it. It's dark, it's gory, it's laugh out loud funny at a couple points. It's a lot of fun. And the movie this weekend is expected to open to about 17 million. This number is coming from Box Office Pro. So this is a good opening for Neon. And if it hits 17, if it surpasses 17, this is very much a win for them. The marketing for this film, I think, has actually been pretty great. And I saw something from Neon a couple of days ago that would allow you to submit your church to have a screening of the film, and that is genius. I mean, that is genius marketing. The popcorn bucket attracted a lot of attention, and even the first trailer got quite a bit of attention. And so I think we could see this film open to just a little over 17 million. I think, and this is me being an optimist here, but I think we could be seeing an opening of around 18 to 20. Now, my prediction isn't going to quite reflect that because me being an optimist and me being a realist, those are two different sides. But I think this movie is going to have a very solid opening. For reference, Long Legs last year, also by Osgood Perkins and distributed by Neon, opened to 22 million. Strong opening for that film and for Osgood and for Neon. I understand why they wanted to reteam with him for The Monkey, and also his next film that comes out in October of this year will also be distributed by Neon here in the United States. I feel like there are a few directors in Hollywood that are genuinely having a competition to see who can release the most films in a calendar year, and it's Luca Guadagnino, Osgood Perkins, and Yorgos Lanthimos. I don't know if Yorgos has a movie coming out this year, but it wouldn't completely surprise me. Oh, and you can throw Guy Ritchie in there from a couple years ago. He had two movies come out within a month and a half of each other, I think. I don't know. I mean, I'm here for it. These are very talented filmmakers making great movies. I'm all for it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how The Monkey plays, and the cinema score is also going to be a telling sign of the rest of the weekend and its future. I mean, Long Legs went on to gross quite a bit, and I do think The Monkey can not hit the highs that Long Legs did, but I think this film, if audiences latch onto it like I think they will, this movie could have a couple strong weeks ahead of it. So, also for reference, just for Neon and their horror openings, these aren't quite as applicable, but Cuckoo, the film last year starring Hunter Schafer, opened to 3 million, and Immaculate, also from last year starring Sydney Sweeney, opened to 5 million. So, if Neon is able to hit this $17 million mark and surpass it, they'll be very, very happy come Monday morning, I think. Next up is a film from Lionsgate starring Zachary Levi, and it is called The Unbreakable Boy. This one's a little bit tough, honestly. I mean, the marketing for this has been very simple, understandably so. They're going after a very specific audience here. I mean, mostly, in Middle America. And, the reputation of Zachary Levi, I'm not going to get into that in this video, but, the trades are saying that this movie will most likely, and I completely believe it, will open to single digit in the $1 million range. I think we're looking at $4 to $6 million probably. Now, this isn't in my predictions for the top 5 of the weekend, but if it did happen to sneak in there, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if it did. I'm not predicting it to, but I don't know. This could play really well, and we'll see. I haven't seen this movie, and I don't know if I will, but I hope it has good opening. I always root for movies, no matter what. If people are going out to the theater and having a good time, that's good enough. If you enjoyed the movie, great. To each their own. So The Unbreakable Boy is also hitting theaters this weekend. Now, here are my predictions for the weekend here. And let me pull it up here. So, Captain America, the consistent number here is about, given what the trades are saying, it's like 36 to 44, which is a bit of a big range. I wanted to scale mine back a little bit, and mostly because of that cinema score that the film received. I think that is going to affect it a little bit, and despite them being different audiences, I do think The Monkey will attract some of those more adult audience members who, enjoy a wide array of movies. I think that this one will kind of take a bite out of that crowd. So I think Captain America will land somewhere between 35 and 38 million, which would give it about a 57% drop, which is nothing to scoff at. I mean, that is still, for a big movie, that's still a respectable drop. I mean, if you think of the Marvels having like a drop in the 70%, I think, if I remember correctly. So 57% is not bad at all. Now, if it reaches that $44 million mark, then we'll be looking at a drop of about 50%, which would be even better, obviously. So we'll see how Captain America plays out with audiences. We'll see if, given it was a holiday weekend last week, and Valentine's Day and President's Day, we'll see if this movie is able to attract more people. We'll see. The number will also kind of tell us if there's rewatchability to this one. We'll see. I'm very curious to see what the number is come Sunday morning. Now, The Monkey, I put it about 16 to 19 million, which I guess falls pretty close to the $17 million mark that most people are saying. I went a little high on that 19 million. I think the movie has it in it. I mean, there's a lot of curiosity surrounding the movie. People at the screening I was in last week were having a lot of fun with it, and I have to imagine they told their friends to keep an eye out for the film. So, yeah, I think this movie could slightly exceed expectations. Paddington in Peru, I have in third place, around the $5 to $8 million mark. I enjoyed this movie. It doesn't reach the highs of the first two films, but it was still a fun movie. It just doesn't seem like it's connecting with audiences quite like the first two. So I think we're going to see a mild drop for this one because, families still want to go to the movie. Dogman has been out for a while, even though it is still in my top 5 here. Families still want to go to the movies, have a good time. Maybe they don't want to go see Captain America. You want to take the younger kids. So I think Paddington in Peru will still hold pretty well, but I do see it coming in around that $5 million mark. Next up, I do have Dogman still in my top 5. This is going to be an interesting one because it's between Dogman and Heart Eyes, where I could see the Unbreakable Boy sneaking in and bumping one of them out. And I don't know which one, honestly, because Dogman hit PVOD this week. So this weekend will be a test to see if families have moved on from Dogman and they're now going to see Paddington because they have already seen Dogman, or they're just going to buy or rent it at home and watch it. I have these both between 4 and 7 million because I don't know. Because, last weekend with Heart Eyes going up in its box office from the first weekend, I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on what this movie is going to do yet. Both of them, with Dogman being on PVOD, Paddington being out, what's Hard Eyes' third weekend drop going to look like? There are just some unknowns here, and that's why I wouldn't be completely surprised if the Unbreakable Boy was able to sneak in and bump one of them out. If I had to guess right now, I would say it's probably going to bump out Heart Eyes, just because The Monkey is also an R-rated horror film, and I think if people are going to go watch a horror film, they're going to want to go see the newest one. And now that Valentine's Day has kind of passed, there's not as much of a desire to go see a Valentine's Day-centered movie. I don't know. This weekend is going to be very interesting for several of these movies, with The Monkey potentially set to exceed expectations. The second weekend drop of Captain America, with the worst cinema score the MCU has received to date. Dogman hitting PVOD. Heart Eyes after its exceptional second weekend. I'm very curious to see how this whole weekend shakes out. I'm hoping, but I can't officially say, but I'm hoping to do a box office recap at the end of the weekend. Now, I have said this before, and it just quite hasn't panned out like I wanted it to. And with the SAG Awards Sunday evening, I'll be doing a video Monday morning for that, which is when I would like to post the box office video. So we'll see if that happens. It's the plan right now, but don't be surprised if you don't get a box office recap. But we'll definitely talk about, if there are any major highlights, we'll talk about them at the start of next week's episode of the Weekend Preview, if that box office video doesn't end up coming out. So what are you watching this weekend at the theaters? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you rewatching Captain America? Are you going to go check out The Monkey? Are you going to take your family to see Paddington? I mean, there's so many options right now for all audiences, and that's one of the best things about the movies, is there's something for everybody. We've had a great variety already this year. Horror is doing so well, and that is a genre that means a lot to me, so I always root for it. I'm always wanting those really good horror movies, and so far this year, we've got them. I mean, Companion, Heart Eyes, The Monkey, all within 2 months. I mean, if this is a start to 2025 for the horror genre, I can't wait to see how it ends. So, once again, let me know what you're watching in the theaters this weekend, if anything at all, or what are you watching at home? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much, as always, for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more film content from me, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.